Let me guess what happened. Sometime in autumn, you gathered those leaves, constructed a pile, perhaps turned it a few times. By the following spring, you anticipated rich, dark compost. But when you inspected it, you found wet, matted leaves, still intact, still worthless. So you raked them again, rebuilt the pile, and convinced yourself, maybe next year. That pile is still sitting there, isn't it? Several seasons later, nothing but slowly rotting leaves that never transformed into soil. Here's what nobody told you. The problem isn't time. The problem isn't moisture. The problem is biochemistry. And there's a liquid, one simple liquid, that breaks the lock and converts those leaves into finished compost within 18 days. I'm going to show you exactly what it is, why it works, and how to produce it at zero cost. But first, you need to understand what's actually happening inside that pile. Because once you grasp the chemistry, you'll never compost incorrectly again. Leaves are composed almost entirely of carbon. When they detach from trees, they're biologically engineered to resist decomposition. That is their evolutionary function, to release nutrients gradually over years, not weeks. The carbon molecules are locked together in dense, complex organic structures called lignin and cellulose. These are among the most chemically stubborn compounds in nature. Microbial bacteria cannot fracture those molecular bonds without assistance. When you pile leaves in isolation, bacteria do colonize the pile, but they're essentially starving. They require nitrogen to synthesize proteins, to replicate, and to generate the metabolic energy necessary to break down carbon compounds. Deprived of nitrogen, their activity slows to nearly nothing. A single leaf can take 3 to 5 years to fully decompose under those conditions. And inside a dense, waterlogged pile where oxygen cannot circulate, decomposition can stall indefinitely. This is known as the carbon-to-nitrogen ratio problem. For accelerated composting, the ideal ratio sits at approximately 30 to 1, 30 parts carbon to 1 part nitrogen. Autumn leaves alone register at 60 to 1 or beyond, excessive carbon, insufficient nitrogen. The biological engine cannot ignite. But here's where everything shifts. Introduce a concentrated nitrogen source, and the ratio corrects itself. Bacterial populations surge exponentially, and the pile undergoes a rapid, measurable transformation. Most people will watch this, absorb the concept, and return to piling leaves the same way next autumn. But if you're someone who genuinely wants results rather than theory, hit that subscribe button right now, because what I'm about to show you isn't available in stores. It's knowledge, and knowledge is only useful when applied. Here's the liquid that changes everything. It's called high-nitrogen compost tea. There are 2 versions you can produce. The first is manure tea. If you have access to poultry manure, rabbit manure, or aged equine manure, you can produce it at no cost. Fill a 5-gallon bucket halfway with manure, top it with water, and allow it to steep for 3 to 5 days, agitating it once daily. The result is a nitrogen-saturated liquid that microbial bacteria will consume aggressively. The second version is blood meal tea. Blood meal is desiccated animal blood, a byproduct of commercial meat processing. It contains approximately 12% nitrogen by dry weight, making it one of the most concentrated organic nitrogen sources available. You can purchase it at virtually any garden center for $5 to $10. Dissolve 1 cup of blood meal into a gallon of warm water and stir thoroughly. That's it. You've just formulated a nitrogen-dense activator that will catalyze any dormant leaf pile. Here's how to deploy it. Construct your leaf pile in the usual manner, but as you lay down each 6-inch layer of leaves, saturate it with the nitrogen liquid. Drench it thoroughly. Add the next layer. Apply more liquid. Continue layering. What you're doing is inoculating every stratum of the pile with the nitrogen the bacteria require. You're eliminating the limiting factor, and the microbial response will be immediate. Within 24 to 48 hours, you'll detect heat. Press your hand into the core of the pile. It will be noticeably warm. Within 3 to 4 days, the internal temperature will climb to between 130 and 160 degrees Fahrenheit. On cool mornings, you'll observe steam rising from the pile. That heat is evidence of bacteria operating at peak metabolic capacity, fracturing carbon bonds, multiplying by the hundreds of millions. The pile is biologically alive. After approximately 1 week, turn the pile. Use a pitchfork to transfer the outer material to the center and the interior material to the outside. This redistributes both bacterial colonies and oxygen throughout the mass. The pile will reheat within hours. Repeat the process after another week. By day 18 to 21, the structure of the pile will have collapsed inward. What began as a 4-foot mound of brittle, crunchy leaves is now a compact 1-foot-deep mass of dark, crumbly, soil-like compost. The aroma will be earthy, reminiscent of a forest floor after rainfall. Contrast that with conventional leaf composting. No nitrogen introduced, just leaves and time. That approach requires 18 months to 4 years to achieve an equivalent result. And frequently, it never fully breaks down. It simply compresses into a dense anaerobic sludge. The difference is a single variable, nitrogen, one element, one biochemical key, and suddenly the natural decomposition process operates the way biology intended. If you're still watching, you're not here for passive entertainment. You're here because you want functional systems that deliver real results. This channel exists for people who take deliberate action, who'd rather understand how something works than purchase a product that doesn't. If that's you, subscribe and enable notifications. We're building a comprehensive library of techniques that corporations have no financial incentive to teach. Now let me show you how to scale this across any situation. If you lack access to manure and prefer not to purchase blood meal, there's a third option, urine. Human urine contains approximately 10% nitrogen in the form of urea, a highly bioavailable nitrogen compound. It's sterile when freshly voided and costs nothing. Dilute it at a ratio of 1 to 10, 1 part urine to 10 parts water, and apply it identically to the other nitrogen solutions. Pour it over each leaf layer as you build the pile. I understand it sounds unconventional, but the biochemical outcome is identical to manure tea. At the molecular level, nitrogen is nitrogen, regardless of its origin. You can also incorporate green plant material as a supplemental nitrogen source. Fresh grass clippings, raw vegetable scraps, and seedless weeds all contain meaningful nitrogen concentrations. Their nitrogen content is lower than manure or blood meal, but they contribute effectively when layered correctly. For every 3 to 4 inches of leaves, introduce 1 inch of fresh green material, then hydrate the layer thoroughly. The green material decomposes rapidly, releasing nitrogen directly into the surrounding leaf mass and sustaining bacterial activity. Critical dimension, pile mass. A compost pile requires minimum dimensions of 3 feet wide, 3 feet deep, and 3 feet tall to generate and retain sufficient thermal energy. Undersized piles dissipate heat too rapidly for sustained bacterial activity. If your leaf supply falls short of this threshold, collect and store them in bags until you accumulate enough volume, or coordinate with a neighbor to combine materials. Physical mass generates thermal mass. Thermal mass is what sustains the biological process through its full cycle. Moisture regulation is non-negotiable. The pile should maintain the moisture level of a firmly wrung sponge, thoroughly damp but not saturated. Insufficient moisture halts bacterial function entirely. Excess moisture displaces oxygen and triggers anaerobic fermentation, which produces foul odors and dramatically slows decomposition. In most cases, applying the nitrogen liquid as you build the pile supplies adequate moisture. In arid climates or during dry spells, supplement with occasional watering. Monitor the pile weekly and adjust accordingly. Surface area acceleration. Shred your leaves. Particle size has a direct and measurable impact on decomposition speed. Smaller leaf fragments expose exponentially greater surface area to microbial colonization. A leaf blower equipped with a mulching function, a lawn mower passed directly over the leaf layer, or manual chopping in a barrel all achieve this effectively. Shredded leaves treated with nitrogen liquid can complete composting in as little as 10 to 14 days, nearly half the time of whole leaves. So if this method is this effective, why isn't it universally practiced? Why do mainstream gardening resources still recommend piling leaves and waiting indefinitely? Because there is no profitable product involved. Manure is free if you raise livestock or have a connection to someone who does. Urine costs nothing. Blood meal represents a one-time purchase under $10 that yields multiple gallons of activator. Grass clippings are a recurring waste product. There is no subscription, no brand dependency, no profit margin to protect. The composting industry is built around selling bins, tumblers, bacterial activators, thermometers, aeration tools, and instructional literature. Their commercial model requires consumers to perceive composting as complex, that it demands specialized equipment, precise technique, and considerable time investment. If the general public understood that a full season's worth of leaves could be converted into finished compost within 3 weeks using freely available materials, that market collapses. So the information doesn't get suppressed, it simply never gets amplified. Meanwhile, farmers and homesteaders who have practiced soil building for generations have always known this. It isn't classified knowledge, it's practical, field-tested knowledge that goes untaught because it goes unmonetized. The Amish use this method. Certified organic farmers use this method. Anyone composting at agricultural scale uses this method because waiting years for leaves to decompose is simply not operationally viable when you're actively producing food. The biological timeline must align with the agricultural calendar. Nitrogen compresses that timeline. Here is your complete protocol. Collect your leaves, shred them wherever possible, construct the pile in alternating layers, 6 inches of leaves saturated with nitrogen liquid until uniformly damp, then repeat it. Maintain minimum dimensions of 3 feet in all directions. Within 48 hours, probe the pile for thermal activity. If internal heat is detectable, the process is underway. Your only remaining task is to let it work. Turn it once per week to reintroduce oxygen and redistribute microbial activity. Between days 18 and 21, you will have fully finished compost. Application is identical to any premium store-bought compost. Incorporate it into planting beds prior to the growing season. Apply it as a top dressing around established perennials. Blend it into potting mixes. Distribute it across your lawn as a natural soil amendment. This is concentrated organic matter, biologically active, nutrient-dense, and structurally beneficial to any soil type, and you produced it entirely from materials that would otherwise have been discarded. I've used this method consistently for nearly a decade. Each autumn, I collect leaves from my own property and from neighboring yards. I layer them with chicken manure tea. By early winter, I have generated more finished compost than my garden requires. The surplus goes to neighbors, gets applied as mulch, or sells at the local farmers market as an additional income stream. One season's organic waste becomes the following season's soil fertility. It is a genuinely closed-loop system with no ongoing cost. The verification is straightforward. Temperature and timeline tell you everything. If the pile fails to generate heat within 48 hours, the nitrogen concentration is insufficient. Add more liquid and recheck. If the pile heats up, then cools prematurely without visible decomposition, it requires turning to reintroduce oxygen and reinvigorate bacterial colonies. If the pile emits a sharp ammonia odor, the nitrogen to carbon balance has tipped too far. The nitrogen concentration is excessive. Incorporate additional dry leaves to recalibrate the ratio. The pile communicates its needs through temperature, moisture, and odor. Observe those indicators consistently and respond accordingly. If this method produces results for you, don't keep that information to yourself. Leave a comment describing your outcome, what nitrogen source you used, how quickly the pile heated, how the finished compost performed in your garden. Share this with anyone who has been cycling through the same frustrating loop of slow, incomplete composting. And subscribe if you want more methods built on this same foundation, practical, evidence-based, and available to anyone willing to apply them. We are not selling anything here. We are simply distributing what demonstrably works. You no longer need to wait years for compost. You don't need to purchase it commercially. You don't need specialized equipment of any kind. You need 4 things: nitrogen, carbon, moisture, and oxygen. Provide those 4 inputs in the right proportions, and biological decomposition proceeds at its natural maximum rate. Every leaf that falls on your property is organic fertility in a dormant state, waiting for the one element that activates it. Stop discarding it. Stop waiting for it to decompose passively over years. Introduce the missing variable and convert what was once considered waste into high-quality soil amendment in under 3 weeks. The system is sound, the chemistry is established science, the results are rapid and repeatable, and every input you need is already within reach.